And I hope we can be heard because we cannot be seen. For some reason, our camera today is not functioning, and we're going to have to address that in the future. But at the same time, I think we should be heard very well. So if you can hear us, please say hello in the box, and we will continue with audio only on the stream right now, okay? So please let us know if you can hear us. And nobody says hello. Now, what does that mean? What else? I mean, this is strange, right? We can have at least one person saying hello. Oh, Phil and Shirley. Hi, Eric. You sound clear and loud. You know? Okay, so we're gonna be audio only, guys. I'm so sorry. There's nothing I could do right now. I tried my best. Spent 15 minutes trying to get this thing going, and Rada didn't come to save us. So the first thing that he's gonna have to answer when he comes in is, "Oh, hello, Marco. No video, I know. Thank you, Marco. You can hear me good. We're gonna stay on audio today. I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna take all those things off, and I'm gonna make the audio sound so good that it's almost gonna be worth it. You know, seriously. I'm gonna make the sound so good that you're gonna ask me to do the no video again. You're gonna say, "How did you do it last time, please?" Maybe not. No, it's not gonna work. Too late. Too late. Too late. I'm gonna just talk to the microphone. Oh boy. Okay, we're here. Sorry again for those who are just joining. We have no video. Something gone wrong, and I'm just setting it up so you can hear me better. Something gone wrong with the settings, and I just couldn't set it up quickly enough. But at the same time, most grateful to have connection of sound. I know. Thank you. See, somebody's positive out there. But I have another even more positive thought. You know how life is sometimes. The downs, but we're missing lights too. You notice? It's darker than usual. Yeah. Usually the life is presented to us in a wave, and it never fails. Never fails. So generally, there's two ways of looking at it, right? And I'm going to go deep on this right now. There's two ways of looking at it. One, you'd say, okay, let me get through the down as soon as I can. Those are two positive thoughts. Both of them are positive. There's no negativity in this at all. Let me go through the down as fast as I can. And if it comes in threes, right, then let it come in threes, right? If God loves threes, right? You know that one. Then let it work. Bring it on as soon as possible so you can get the positive wave back. That's one positive way of looking at it, right? And I've practiced that. I said, come on, okay, give me one more, just one more, and I know that right after that, it starts to work out. And the second positive way of dealing with the down is to recognize that the ups and the downs, that what we consider to be down as a negative experience, or as a negative experience, and a positive, as an up, as a good experience, right? We recognize that neither of them, neither the down nor the up, are negative experiences when it comes to reshaping our true self. It never is a negative when it comes at a moment where we're self-aware, when we have this opportunity to use the moments, all moments equally, right? And I must say that all moments are equally challenging. The downs are challenging, we know, but the ups are just as challenging. The ups, we talked about it, right? Last time, how challenging the ups could be. When you so sure of yourself, you stop paying attention, you stop being considerate, you stop being empathetic, you become somewhat self-centered because it seems to you that you're doing everything so right that you shift to feeling deserve instead of being worthy. Nobody drops to entitled. We're beyond that already, right? We don't think we're entitled to anything. But deserving, yes. I mean, look at what I had to go through to get here, right? I mean, seriously, did I ever complain? I never complained. No, I'm saying, in a sense, did I ever turn around and become a bad person? Did I ever harm anybody? Did I ever have even a bad intention towards anybody? Never. No matter how they treated me, no matter how they've disappointed me, deceived me, behind my back, in front of my face, I've never, I've continued. I bit my lip and I moved on forward. Okay, so I complain from time to time to those who would listen. Right? But now, quickly, let's get it over with, right? The down. I've had enough of those to write a book or two. But so two positive ways to look at the down. One is to recognize that no matter how down it is, the lower the down, the higher the up, because it's all about our sensing. Okay, here's the truth, it's physics. If you come from a dark place into the light, even a little bit of light is very bright. If it's too much light, too much. If it's normal light from a dark place, you could lose your eyesight. It's so bright. Normal. So ultimately, this recognition of dark and light, they're all relative to where we come from. It's all relative to the momentum, to the direction. So it's a good thing. Right? It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. But more so, maybe the higher positive is to recognize both the challenging moments and the rewarding moments. Listen to this carefully. To recognize both the challenging moments and the rewarding moments equally challenging, to gain the most out of them in terms of the opportunity of growth. And I had so many calls in the last few days that one after the other, I set up people on those calls on the hour. So no break yesterday. 6 calls on the hour, new people. So you learn so much, right? And two things that I realized that was important. Things we always talk about, of course, is the drop by drop. No amount of water could ever crack the rock, and it's not supposed to. It's not intended. We're not supposed to get it all at once. Not supposed to. Because ultimately, when we self-aware, we'll be looking for the next rock to crack. If we're not looking for the next rock to crack, something wrong. So why hurry? Ultimately, there's no better place than now. There's no better time than now. Drop by drop, no better time than now. Down, no better time. Up, no better time. Now is the ultimate time. So now we kind of put words on, okay, everything's in the journey, right? This is why. You have to be self-aware. This is why. Because there's opportunities everywhere. If you are reactive to your down or reactive to your highs where you blinded, children usually blinded to the positive, right? They get their friend to come to play with them. They forget you exist. Come on, I'm your mother. I brought you to this world. I fed you this morning. I brought you the chocolates. I allow you to play. Without me, you wouldn't be playing today. You don't exist anymore. Right? So for children, but we're the same way, right? We go into this moment of everything seems to be good, and we are blind, and sometimes we forget about those who are next to us. So to be aware is to recognize yourself in those moments just as well, and how hard it is to stay humble. And if somebody says, no, not me, please. Everyone. Because it's not about what's wrong with you. It's about what's right with you. Every moment is supposed to be challenging. Just enough to do what? What I noticed in my conversation, one of the callers yesterday, she said, you know what, I feel full. I feel there's no room anymore. I need to find a way to empty this somehow. Right? And I said, how about expanding the cup? Just, wow, good idea. And she's writing it down, right? I can hear her writing it down as she's saying it to herself. Yeah, expanding, wow. I never thought of it, right? So she says, how do I empty myself so I can have more room? I says, hold on. No rush. All you've got is good. Let's add more. But to expand, what expands us ultimately? It's the ups and the downs. This is what expands us. Both the ups and the downs are the way we expand. In the middle, we're confused. Hurry. Well, let's say that if and when we have regular practice, then the ups and downs come more often. That's the reality. The ups and downs sort of seem to happen more times in the day than before, right? And another one that I figured out how important that is with the same caller, actually. She's great. I hope she joins us. She says, you know what? I got to find a way to protect myself because I just, it's not easy to take all this. I need thick walls, she said. I love that. I said, oh, hold on. I said, how about transparencies? How about transparencies? See, you know what thick walls are doing, right? Thick walls are disconnecting you in a way in which you, not only the bad things, in the good things you can't get in, let in. Not only from the outside, but also from you. I mean, our whole life is about sharing and finding the joy in making a difference in other people's lives. This is the point of everything, isn't it? But if you have thick walls as you're protecting yourself, you also deny yourself of the most incredible thing that you could ever have. No wonder we're depressed. We're depressed not because it's so hard. We're depressed because we've put walls up. And it's dark in there, and cold in there, and lonely in there, even though there's so many people around. So transparencies, it's a simple. See that window in front of you? It lets the light in, the sun rays in, and it doesn't allow the cold wind in. It's good we're living in Canada. I couldn't use that as a metaphor. You see? We talked about this with Catherine before. I said, we could be either here on the Danforth or we could be on the Riviera. She says, Riviera. I said, well, in Riviera, we cannot give this example. We can't have transparencies in Riviera.
Eric,
Yes.
what happened, when you are aware that you're in a good spot, but you get,
Describe good spot.
but you feel good, you
Because why are you feeling good?
because things are synchronized, everything is coming together, and you embrace it, and you're in there. But at the same time, you have that nagging voice that says,
Look at those other people who don't have all this pain I'm having.
yeah, no.
Why do they deserve this and I don't?
No.
That is the other voice.
That's another one. But mine is, something bad is going to happen. It's too good.
Right.
And there's, come on, I can't show it.
Right.
Here I am. Like, I can see it. Why I cannot enjoy it?
Yeah.
Like, but not like, like you were describing earlier, feeling full of myself. And he said, no, just,
Just to be humble with the pleasures of life.
Right, just enjoy it a little bit. It's like this. Wow. I worked hard for it.
Yeah. I was listening to what you said carefully.
Yeah.
And what you may have kind of worded in a way that you didn't realize we've said before, that the only way you're feeling, and listen to this carefully, the only way you're feeling present and in the flow is when you recognize that both the ups and downs are in your favor. You see? Right. The only way that you are truly in the flow is not when you're celebrating the ups or you are humbled by the downs, but when you truly recognize that, hold on a second, I am free of the ups and downs because I recognize they're both mine. They're both necessary. They're both valuable in different ways. Without them, I cannot move forward. This is the way the wave goes. And my work and my life is all about recognizing and getting better at maximizing the value of the downs and of the ups as a positive momentum in the expansion of my cup. Both. Now, based on that, what kind of fear of the down can you have? There's no such a thing, right? And now, the fear of the down ultimately can only happen when we differentiate the up and the down, as up is still more valuable than the down. And see, the ups and the downs are now not measured by difficulty levels. They're not measured by comfort levels. They're not measured by sweet and bitter. They're not measured by they allow me to maneuver without challenging me, or do they put some obstacles in front of me? They're not measured by that anymore. They're measured only by one thing. Am I maximizing this moment? Am I aware enough? Am I humbled enough? Am I recognizing that this moment is part of many moments? And there's no solution in this moment to anything. And I don't make it into a do or die. Am I that present? And if I'm not that present, I also recognize that. And I say, oh, here I am, fearing it again. Here I am, doubting it again. But you caught yourself doing that and you say, but I'm not gonna be upset or unhappy with my response to it. I'm gonna accept myself as I am, as it is, with my response, with my quote unquote negative response to an opportunity to grow. I'm not gonna take it on a deeper dive and then be overwhelmed by, here I go again, I can't believe I'm doing this again. I've been here before, it will never end.
But just to add to
Yeah.
Why mind wander in that negative direction? Why?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
So I understand
Yeah.
what you said, but now I'm questioning why, because it happens to me.
Right.
Why mind needs to go into that negative?
Why
it starts with negative?
I love
Why
your
not
question.
To start with positive?
I love your question. I so love your question.
Because I see that is always positive thinking, and then so why?
He's a good actor.
It annoys me. Why do I have to be driven by fear? That negative will come or negative will happen.
Yes. Two answers, one simple and one more complicated. The simple answer is that's a survival mechanism. It has a responsibility when you're touching something hot to give you a warning sign. The thing is that because we are so much more aware of life than we've ever been, the warning signs come based on our higher level of sensitivity to life. We are so much more sensitive because we're so much more capable now. We're so much more capable of understanding, and therefore life now becomes a lot more demanding of us. So there's a lot more, quote unquote, opportunities of reacting with fear based on instincts of survival, which is the full responsibility of our brain to do. So much more capable right now to notice that, to recognize that, and use it in our favor, actually. It's not a bad thing when we get a little bit better. When we're not, it feels horrible. It's like a child reacting. They don't know to correct themselves. They don't know the another option. What do you mean I have to go to sleep? Like, really? I'm having fun. The movie's not over yet. I'm still playing the game, right? You guys are not going to sleep. Why am I supposed to go to sleep? Seriously? Did I do something wrong? No, answer. Did I do something wrong? Don't you love me? Am I supposed to assume that this is something against me? They can't. So they cry. They cry until they realize they have no more choice, and they cry themselves to sleep. Right? You explain it to them, I still love you. You really in the morning. They say, okay, if you say so. Do you really think they understand that at any time that they will be tired in the morning if they don't go to sleep? They can't. They can't see beyond the now. Their mind is not playing games on them. Their mind needs this awareness of the now so they can learn things, so they can protect themselves, so they can grow up. But that same mind has another option when we grow up. And that other option comes either through deep traumas or hard work on ourselves. That's all. But there's another option. Now, that's the easy answer. The deeper answer is that you don't even know. Likely 99.9% of what is holding you back and negative is not even shown to you. This is that imaginary force you don't know holding you back. So the little bit that you feel fear-based reaction to is not even what's really holding you back. What's really holding you back is deep, it's karmic, it's what we talked about, where it's unconscious completely, at the lifeline karma level, which we can overcome only through quality of energy, not through some becoming more aware that, okay, I grew up, I understand that if I don't go to sleep, I'll be tired. That's what we're trying to do. And then we look at the clock. What time is it? It's already 2 o'clock. Oh my God, I have to wake up at 6. I'm not going to get enough sleep. Okay, that's it. My day is over. I have so many things to do. All right? And we're already anxious. How can you go to sleep like this? You know you only have 4 hours, and you're not even allowing yourself to sleep those 4 hours because you have 4 hours. But, really? You want to talk about sleep? Here we go. That makes sense?
When we were talking, I saw exactly what happened.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, Vicky. I can hear your session now, but no image. Is it what happened today? Yes, absolutely, Vicky. I'm so sorry. We're getting much better audio though today, right? Than usual. I got it, right? It's true. Look at me. I'm sitting there consciously talking into the mic. Watch it. You'll see how much better the audio is today. So we recognize, yes, go ahead.
It's better the audio than just the video.
Right. Well, that's the positive thing. But I'm raising the bar here. I'm saying that I did not allow the fact that we don't have video to make it worse. I made it better. And by no means you feeling that I've somehow have less passion to what we're doing today, right? More passion. Even though before the action, it looked like it was falling apart there for a moment, right? No, don't let it fool you. Right? Does that make sense? Here I am sweating, nothing is working. I'm being polite not to use full language, right? But yeah, all good. Vicky says, no problem. The topic today is wonderful. Yes, right.
Because it's good on the topic, are we touching the wave of
Yes.
up and down? Just a little
Yes.
bit. Maybe there's nothing to say, but at this point, can we say what, or say something about it? What is the purpose of? Maybe it's natural, maybe, of us having the wave. Could it be just having the pain and having the pleasure of the up and down?
Okay.
And it's not maybe just going up and maybe
Yes.
or going down or
Yeah. Yeah. How deep? Not the wave. How deep do you want me to?
I think whatever's appropriate. I don't want to
Okay.
distract you too much.
Remember Grandpa Adam and Grandma Eve?
Yeah.
They were sitting in the Garden of Eden. They had an option: have children with no pain in the perfect world, which they did not do anything to receive, which made them to some degree, they had no temptations. They just recognized this unity. They're in unity. And they said, no, 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 no. We've been given an option, bite or not bite from this apple. But this God is tricky. He gave us a choice. He said, he didn't say don't. If you notice, you go read, he never said don't. Just like you don't have to. I wonder, if you are with your children, don't say don't. Don't do that, because they don't know don't. If you eat from this apple, you will, right? And that's it. That's what will happen. So the conclusion was not don't. The conclusion is you have an option. If you eat, that's what's going to happen. If you don't eat, you stay where you are. And because they were already thinking of the next generation, men and women in the Garden of Eden, if they don't think of the next generation, there's something wrong with them. That was funny.
And like you said, they gave them option.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about that option today. I'm actually leading into the topic of the day. He gave them option, and then they said, you know what, we're going to bite from the apple, because it's said that you will know God better. You will have the ability to be closer to God if you eat from the apple. That's what it says. Why? The answer for Radha. Because Radha, that which you work for, you love more. That which came easy, human nature, hard to appreciate. Not as good as we are, as kind as we are, as empathetic as we are, as aware as we are, there's something to do with putting in the effort into something. The more you take care of something, the more you love it, the more it's yours. So to some degree, that expansion of self-identity had to, at some point, either come through traumas and sorrow or through hard work of having to overcome the self of needs and desires. And that's the topic of today. That's why we have the wave. And it's the only way to experience that necessity of having unconditional respect, to be unconditionally humbled by the highs and the lows, and in that, utilize the reality of life, the journey, to the fullest. All sensations suddenly serve us. All weathers serve us. The night serves us and the day serves us. The little bit of hunger serves us. And the feeling of being full and satisfied serves us. Everything serves us. What a place. When a child misbehaves, it serves us. When a child is listening, it serves us. In different ways. But it serves us how? Challenges us. Equally. Challenges us equally. When the child does everything right, you say, okay, what else can they do? So they can be challenged. So they can continue growing. What else can I do to help them? When the child is not doing it right, they say, aha, what else can I do to have them find peace here? So what else can I do doesn't change. Neither of those two is a sign that we've arrived. Thanks to Grandpa Adam and Grandma Eve, we've dropped low enough. We have lots of work to do. All right? You kidding, right? Had to come today. You've used 75% of their available data. What is the date today? 19. My renewal is on the 9th. I have to start.
Break, expansion.
Huh?
Expansion of your data.
You see what I mean? It's all coming. The reason I read it is not because I never, read personal messages like this. I just wanted to show you how much. Come on, bring it on. What else?
It's choice.
Yeah. Choice. Thank you for reminding me. We talked about the aspect of choice and freedom, and I thought we'll do a meditation for that again. You see, we're all thinking freedom, right? We're all thinking, I want to be free. If I'm not free, I'm not happy. And we already know that choice is freedom. We know it started all the way back in the day, right? When they were given a choice. And we know that children don't like to be told what to do, but they'll happily choose one task over the other. And you'll see how much easier it is for them to comply, yeah? If they're given a choice. My mother always gave me choices. Yeah, always. And she always took time to explain things to me, even if I didn't want to know. And my dad always took time to explain things to me that I wanted to know, and I wanted to know a lot. So I was always explained things. So I knew a lot, but choice is something a little bit different. What is choice? We think that often, remember how we talked about the two scenarios, reactive states. In a survival level, we define choice, right? Or freedom as having no obstacles along the way when we're after something we desire or after something we need. Now, the difference between desire and need is big, even though it may sound almost the same. Our wants are usually based on pleasant experiences that we want to experience again, regardless if they're good for us or not. We're willing even to sacrifice for it, just to get our tummy rubbed. I've been rubbing a tummy yesterday all day. Brady's tummy, yeah. He'll sacrifice anything for that tummy rub. So we feel that if we have an easy path towards something pleasurable that we experienced before and now we can experience again, then we are free. Right? Or if we have aches and pains and needs of survival and we have a free, easy path towards receiving that, we feel free. If we are held back by life, then we feel that we don't have the freedom. I don't feel free. Why? Because I can't get what I enjoy, and I can't get what I need. But freedom actually may be somewhere else. And freedom may be actually something that most people, 99% of people, never experienced in their life. True freedom. Because true freedom, correct me if I'm wrong, is the ability to make a choice which is not dependent on your needs and desires. True freedom is the ability to make a choice when you are not held back by the need to experience something pleasant, by the need somebody to rub your tummy, or by the need to alleviate your pain. When you have those two, and that's what drives you, you're not free. You think you're free when you get what you want, but that's not freedom. Freedom is when you have a choice outside of the survival needs, temptations, or pain. You see how hard it is to even intellectualize this kind of choice? But even if you were able to intellectualize it, you couldn't see it as part of your everyday life, because we need to have an association of that kind of experience at the level of our senses to be able to configure that it actually exists, that it actually is here. We have to have a sensation of that. When you sense love, you know what it feels like at the body. And at times, when your mind says, I should be loving this, I should care, yet you feel the sensations, you say, what's wrong with me? I should be caring about this right now. I should be in pain because of this right now. The mind says, logical, in the past I was in pain, others are in pain, this person deserves I should be in pain, but I'm not in pain because I don't sense the sensation in the body. What's wrong with me? So sensation in the body is ultimately what decides if you're experiencing something or not your mind. So ultimately, if we want to experience true freedom and true choice in our everyday life, whether we believe it actually exists out there and we just missed it, or it doesn't even exist and maybe we should be searching for it somewhere. Maybe it's not here, maybe it's somewhere else. Regardless, we first need to awaken those senses so we can know it's there or not. We have to have a sensation that is correlation to that choice and freedom, that is not attached to temptations, pleasant sensations, or fear, pain-based related needs. Any ideas? Where are we going to get this kind of sensation? Through meditation. There was no other choice in here.
Because we are really free.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
that's one way
Yes.
to get.
Yes. Yes. Tell me why. Tell me why in meditation you think that we could actually start awakening the vocabulary and the notes of this symphony that's called true freedom, that is not attached to pain or fear and not attached to desires and temptations, based desires.
I would just talk about how I'm feeling from point where I'm right now. So right now I perceive our practice
Right.
as almost like I feel that first of all I feel safe.
Feel safe in it, right?
I feel in that safe space free.
Yes.
I also in that once I regulate, I feel inspired.
Right.
And all experience I feel all that experience I experience as almost my report.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost like I'm resetting my parameters
Mm-hmm.
of different
Mm-hmm.
senses, but
Mhm.
all these parameters every time
Yes.
on the next level. So
Right.
it's almost like even though it's resetting parameters and not parameters of me when I still have my challenges, my same problems, and now because as you said, like it's a choice, and I realize, oh, this is my previous past experiences, even when I was a child.
Mm-hmm. Are we talking about meditation, or you went on the tangent?
So like back
Right.
to meditation. But to meditation, I'm rerouting my parameters,
Right.
senses, but they are every time on the next level. They're not parameters of my life.
Right. Okay. Yeah. You said everything right, and you understand it in your way. But I think maybe somebody can use another way of explaining the same thing, so it will be a little bit more clear for everybody. So because I think you got it, you right on, except you couldn't formulate it.
So non-IT.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you, Jennifer. I know sound is very good. Thank you. Uh-huh. So maybe somebody wants to phrase how in our meditation how and where specifically, what part of our meditation that you could think of that can give us this opportunity to awaken sensations of self-identity that have to do with freedom that is not attached to pain, fear, and the need to experience something pleasurable, to feel that we've kind of been rewarded, maybe. Because there's that reward aspect of pleasure, right? Anyone? You can't even go wrong. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe some a little bit.
Mhm.
It's probably not the most important element, but even the pre-meditation mindset,
Yes,
which is that we're not doing this for ourselves.
right.
And this is kind of something that we don't know what's going to happen. This is a sort of experiment.
When you say not doing this for ourselves, means not doing it
with
in
purpose
order to
help-
fix something.
To further some goal
Right.
or alleviate some discomfort.
Right.
Or- So that's an initial mindset. I think it sort of sets the path for sort of experiencing this situation where you're making a choice, as making a connection, and being ready to accept as openly as we can the truth of the moment.
Right.
But I wanted to point to how it starts just before. And I'm sure there's more to it.
Right.
To it.
Anyone else? Yes.
But every time, different floors. You have an opportunity to open doors. You know,
Right.
like it's like the switch, like
Right.
the sale of the switch. I think this is what can take us to that space where we don't, we might have a glimpse of that moment where we just, because it's just that it's, because we are within ourselves, like we are connecting us, from above and the ground,
Right.
and having that, when we have that switch, that switch part of the body, is that connection that will allow us, to enter. Not
Right.
like so.
Right.
I think this is where we can catch a little bit.
Yeah, I think you understand. I think again with words it's a little more difficult. Anyone at home maybe wants to give it a try of what is it in our meditation? Maybe clear little things that we know that gives us an opportunity to be free without being attached to temptation, desire, and fear-based needs. Aside from the Radha said that even the premeditation mindset, when we don't try and do anything to fix or correct. Catherine said when we open a new door, when we turn on a switch and we see something new that we did not know to expect, right? And that element. Anyone else?
You always say to be open or unknown,
Thank you. Yeah.
just try to allow.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah, just as simple, right? As simple as, look, let's go back to the very first time you've ever tried this. And I said, okay, you cannot be wrong, right? You cannot do anything wrong, which means do something you've never done before. Let yourself be surprised. As simple as that. Let yourself be surprised is the only way to be free. And you choose it. You can't not choose it. You have to, because you are tempted to judge, you're tempted to control, you're tempted to correct, you're tempted to question, you're tempted to not be sure, you're tempted to criticize, you're tempted to expect, you're tempted to bring something pleasurable so to ensure that you're doing it right. You're tempted to open your eyes and compare. You're tempted, and then you're tempted to desire the pain to go away. You're tempted for this to get over with fast. You're tempted to try and control this whole experience of yours. And then I say, put the soul on the shelf. You're tempted to use what you already know and understand to help. I say, don't help. Let yourself be surprised is the most basic and the probably most overlooked phrase. And it's the most difficult one out of them all. And then I say, don't correct it. Even if it's a little uncomfortable. Don't hold on to the pleasant sensation, even if it arrives. Don't push away the unpleasant sensation if it comes. By doing so, you go right against the limitations of fear, pain, and temptation. Now, but the key is that you not only that you're doing it with your mind, it's not you're sitting and trying to figure out how I should be free. You are in the process. You're on a journey. You're already doing it. And the life per se does not know if you are living your life somewhere, struggling through the Himalayas, or enjoying your weather in the winter time in, where is it? Yeah, in the Riviera. The mind doesn't know. The mind knows the struggle of overcoming. The mind knows the freedom you're receiving, which means in the half an hour of your meditation, you can live your whole array, your whole possibilities of experiences, because all of them happen within your own self anyway. It's all happening inside of you anyway. It's all about you and your own emotions and your own thoughts and your own past life and your own future expectations and your own fear. It's all about that anyway. It's just triggers out there, but ultimately they're all at the core level you inside, which means we take that you inside and we give it an opportunity to be challenged in our meditation. And then we overcome those challenges with the mindsets and with the support of the energy. And then we bring our mind back to the experience of the body, by that initiating the ultimate connection of self-identity based on that which you've just overcome, adding vocabulary to your senses, expanding your cup, finally giving you an extended amplitude of variables of experience at the level of sensations, so you can start noticing freedom outside of meditative state. Already having those sensations pre-marked, right, as identity. Suddenly you'll start noticing somewhat glimpses of freedom in your everyday life, not because you chose to notice, not because they were not there before or suddenly they appeared, but because you've literally expanded yourself to be able to notice them in your everyday life. Nothing taken away, nowhere to go. You don't have to go anywhere. Just open your eyes from the meditative state and you will feel freedom. And it's not, illusionary, because we never attempted to achieve. We never tried for that. It was never the goal. We're going to take 5 minutes and we're going to do some meditation. Yeah. I can't hear you. Is it colder today? Is that what you're saying? You remember, yeah? I don't think, is it on or off, the air conditioning?
Oh,
Is it off now? You can put heat on.
let's see. It was off, yeah.
It was off, okay. Can't say then what happened. Maybe it's just general weather. I'm sorry? Today? Or maybe we should. I don't have it.
The fan is on, so the air is blowing, so it already feels.
Maybe I should step out and see if there's any.
Just in case. You know the little perch? The little,
Oh, it's like running.
where's that? Oh, it's there. Oh, good.
It's making noise. I don't know what you call that on your feet, but they're so nice and warm and cozy.
Oh, yeah. Because otherwise I get cold 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, my dear husband,
Yes,
I had some slippers,
yeah,
not so comfy
Not so
like
nice.
yours.
yeah.
Brought it here, that was not here.
Last
He lost it. So
one.
I got it.
I lost one.
So I feel like Cinderella, waiting for my friends to bring me the fruit. I have friends, but I don't have the shoe.
That's a nice twist of the story. Yes, 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 yes. So
Couldn't
good.
know what it done.
Yeah, yeah. So good. Oh,
So we don't know here. It just came.
Yeah, November, yeah.
In the winter, it's there.
Okay, we're about to start our meditation, guys.
Yeah, excellent.
Somebody is coming, huh? I did put a sign out there, open sign. I put it up now. Somebody coming down? Maybe not. Maybe somebody from upstairs. It's okay. Okay? Okay? Okay, let's begin. So we, as always, we will begin from a standing posture.
Somebody locked the door.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Thank you. Was the sign,
I couldn't.
the open sign?
What should I open? The door is locked.
Which one?
The exit door.
Did you open?
No, I didn't. Should I?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking.
There should be an open sign somewhere hanging around. If it is, then hang it. Not, okay. We will begin. As always, from a standing posture, eyes are closed. Just listening to the body. And now we're noticing something here. We're noticing something that we've always had before, but now the mindsets of having no expectations. Maybe speak a little louder.
They locked until it's closed. Sorry.
It's one of those days.
Good choices.
It shows kindness, by the way. They didn't throw away the sign, they
No.
turned it around to say that they're closed. Okay. Okay, just at home, please Attention to hands and wrists. And with new appreciation to the mindset, no expectations. No expectations. Because I choose not to expect. I can't do that in my everyday life. My everyday life, I'm guided by needs and desires based on experiences that I want to repeat or not want to repeat. But here I make a choice and I want to feel what it feels like at the body level, not at the mind level. I understand, okay, I'm making a choice, but here, let's listen to the body, what it says, how it feels, how it expresses itself. What can you notice changing when you bring your attention to the fact that you just made a choice of not to expect anything? And you're not looking for anything familiar. Actually, another mindset that helps you is be surprised. Be surprised. Raising the energy a little bit, notice the changes. Notice the changes. There's nothing that you can do that is wrong. Let it surprise you. That's it. Even more freedom. And pay attention to the body. Pay attention to the body. Give it the opportunity to speak to you in the most obvious and the least obvious ways. And you accept them equally. You're not just focusing on the obvious because they may mean more. You allow the obvious and the not so obvious have equal value for you at this moment. Because it's a symphony. It's not one tune is more important than another because it's louder. That's it. That's it. And you see, our focus is not on what movement, what sensation. Our recognition is that it is just the noticing that gives us this new identity, bit by bit. That's, there we go. Very good. Even more freedom. But not freedom for the sake of freedom, but freedom for the sake of giving yourself an opportunity to notice the sensation. You choose. You choose to notice. You choose to allow yourself to experience something new, to enter a new door. You choose to be surprised. Just add this. Nothing else is. Remember the expansion of the cup. There's nothing wrong there. You feel full, but it's all good. Just expand, make more room, and see what happens. That's it. Even more. Attention on choice. To be surprised. That's it. That's it. That's it. Very good. Here's another very simple way to know that you're choosing. Most of the time when we give ourselves internal commands of I want, they are based on needs and desires based on experiences of pleasure or moving away from pleasure, from pain. And in our meditation, that I want to receive a lot of energy and fill is not attached to any of those two, ever. Well, we get better and better at this. So let us give internal keys, internal commands, and see how just bringing the attention to the fact that we choose to say that inner key without attaching ourselves to needs or desires. It's a choice. I want, in this case, is a choice we make. Here we go. Please repeat it with your inner voice. It's going to be very simple. It's not about the key itself. It's about the choice we make. So here we go. I want to receive a lot of energy. And fill my head and my neck. Attention to your choice. Beautiful. Next inner key, next inner command, please repeat it with your inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy and fill my hands, arms, and shoulders. Again, attention to the choice, the fact that you made it with no expectations, allowing yourself to be surprised, but also attention to the sensations that it brings. Because it's about them. It's about the new sensations, it's about the surprise sensation, it's about the change of sensation. About that, nothing more. That's more freedom. Excellent. Next inner key, next inner command, please repeat it with your inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy and fill my chest cavity, my chest. Notice the choice you just made. And attention to the sensations. Just paying attention, nothing else. Giving fair value to everything that you're experiencing. From stillness to movement, from cold to hot, from heavy to light, from tingly to puffy, anywhere in between, and anything in between. That's it. More freedom. Excellent. Next inner key, next inner command. Please repeat it with your inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy and fill my upper abdomen, my upper abdomen. Freedom of choice. Inner key. Allowing yourself to be surprised. Not holding on. Letting it change. Not judging. Even the slightest sensation is now valuable because it's part of this symphony. Next inner key, next inner command, please repeat it with the inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy and fill my lower abdomen. I'm going to raise the energy a little higher. Notice. Be empowered by making a choice. expressing your freedom away from needs and temptations and desires. Some other experience of you that you maybe never knew existed. Next inner key. Next inner command, please repeat it with inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy and fill my legs and feet. Choice. Be surprised. Final key. Final key for this meditation, please repeat it with inner voice. I want to receive a lot of energy and fill my entire body. Head to toes, top to bottom of my spine. You cannot make a mistake. This is it. As you are, as it is right now. Nothing more. Nothing more. Imagine. Nothing more is needed. That's it. This is it. The best you can do it. The best you can do it gets full marks. Done well? Very well. As soon as you're ready, take your time. You can open your eyes. Have a seat. How are we doing at home? I said symphony, we had music today. Next time, please set it to something classical. Yeah? Just in case it happens, right? Then you can say it was intentional, right? See, the advantage of being at home is that you don't have to open your eyes when I tell you. You can still stay with your eyes open. Anyone wants to share anything at all? Questions, anything? Yes.
Even more like a question. I remember once you said in a similar kind of topic that you shouldn't be looking for the comfort.
You shouldn't be looking for?
For the comfort.
Right.
Yeah. You should be looking for the truth of it.
Right.
But then you added that you will find the comfort.
Yes.
And that's kind of what I feel is happening. I feel a little bit guilty about it.
Yes, the comfort, Radha, is in being independent of the comfort.
Yeah.
That's the comfort. That's the ultimate comfort. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you have that, if there's like now somebody above that, noticing and kind of humbling yourself, saying, okay, there's more. More, relax, you're doing good. Nothing wrong with celebrating the moment, but don't get attached. Right? So you're empowered by being independent now, as opposed to empowered by finding the pleasant.
Yeah, but the experience was physical. So
Right. Yeah. But you're not holding on to it, right? You notice the change. Because that's why there's not only one mindset. Otherwise, we could have one mindset, just be surprised, and it's all good. But there's, don't notice the change, right? Which indicates that there will be one. Very good observation, though, Radha. Thank you for that. And now with that set of sensations, where you actually can have pleasure of being independent of pleasure, you bring that into your reality. And it, just like after a good night's sleep, it just becomes you. It's not something you have to remember. It becomes you to the degree that we've achieved it, to that degree. No rush. Don't have to have it all at once. When I was a child, they used to say, don't eat it at once, eat slowly, you have more to enjoy. Yeah. Rarely you see a child taking their time, enjoying the candy. Some more? Can I have it all? You gonna buy more? Just opened it, tasted it. Can we buy more? It's like, you haven't finished this yet.
Was it always like that?
Of course it's always like that. And then it's not like that anymore.
No, because I remember a story of my dad, he was growing up during and after Second War.
Yeah.
He didn't have anything.
Yes.
So he always said because they didn't have it, even though they produced food, but they were always hungry.
Yes.
So I think that needle, was
No,
fast.
I'm not questioning if that's normal. I'm just showing it as a survival instinctive need based on lack, based on fear of not having more, based on fear of loss, based on fear of not having that experience again, based on fear. That's all I'm saying. It's not this. Oh, good, of course. Oh, good. What if there's something better out there that you've never tasted before? Not an option for children. Not an option. Until they taste it, and they don't want the old one, they want the new one. Before that, give them some options, you know? First thing, nope. How do you know? You never tried. Nope. Okay. Carolina? The energy was marvelous, just, you know, just marvelous, just amazing.
I didn't feel body, but my hands were burned.
Okay.
It's like almost like a.
Not feeling is a sensation. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people say, I don't feel anything. Like I asked them, what do you see from your eyes? Nothing. What does that nothing look like? Black. Right?
No, I didn't mean in a negative way, like it was just
No, I know.
observation that for some reason.
And it wasn't for you, yeah.
Yeah, like.
In comparison, remember we said in comparison, there's no better value. There's no better value in feeling nothing in the body versus feeling burning in the hands. There's no comparative benefit or advantage in either. Just an observation of both.
Yeah, and this is to me like.
Catherine, your language school? Please. Oh, you don't.
Ah, ouais, non, du chinois. Where did they get your address from? It's like when I received
The one day we don't have somebody who can translate it for us.
from Russia. So, Russie, qui écrit de la Russie? I get stuff on my phone. Where's it coming from?
It's about time that our text messages automatically translate to the language they know you speak. I mean, I have my, what do you call the keyboard, right? Set to the languages I speak. You don't have to be like AI, you know, it's very straightforward, right? There's a few languages, you have your keyboard on and that's it. That's what you speak. I won't take offense if you translate it for me, you know? You can have both versions in the text if you want. Anyways. Okay, Phil is saying that, hi Eric, I was surprised when my hands and arms began to shake uncontrollably on their own after the third key. I can still feel the effects as they are very warm and pulsating. Smiley face. Thank you, Phil. Now the smiley face was the highlight because it wasn't a complaint, it wasn't a judgment, it was a smiley face, which is a good thing. That's what we're looking for. Shirley. Empowered, giving attention to choose. Felt sense of expansion, and as I observed the body, surprises in sensations in fingertips, left hand, thumb, right hand, sensations in back of right eye, layers of warmth in the face, all less obvious as it appeared. Energy was in contrast, in constant motion, and noticed changes as they happened. Heart was open and changes happened in the body. peaceful to observe as is. Thank you. Thank you, Shirley, for the great detail and paying attention. And it's almost not about what we sense, but it's about the choosing to pay attention. There's that element in those, we're living in a world of outcomes, of things, but not in the values that we give things. We can't have some tangible measure of value that we give to things. There's not even in our language. Very simple words we describe, something that is so much more powerful than we could ever imagine.
Well, for me, I'm always amazed how, it's, like, I don't know if I can, if my body is telling me something, and usually I have to stretch, whatever that means.
Right.
And, so, like, I get like, shut up, like, it's comme la magie, it's like magic,
Yes.
like that, like.
And
And I can feel every single thing
Yes.
that happens.
Yes.
Like column,
Yeah.
column.
and never stop being amazed. Never stop being amazed. That's the key.
Yeah. What the body can do also.
Yeah.
Because I don't do yoga on a regular basis.
Right.
I say, how can you do this?
Yeah.
How can you be so low, boss? Like it bothers me.
Anyways, okay. Thank you so much. And we'll definitely have it in audio, but a video may or may not. And we'll see what happens. Okay. Until next time, thank you at home. It was wonderful, and we'll speak soon. Shirley says Phil is definitely smiling and looks much younger. Smile. His spirit is light. Thank you. That's the key. That's the key for everything. Bring up that energy. Okay, all the best.